All right, dog. In the other Mississippi college football news, we saw Ole Miss absolutely destroy Tulane, and we saw that young boy that got a QB. He has put himself in the Heisman Trophy talk. We saw our our school of record,
High school of record. Yeah.
Southern Miss do Southern Miss things versus Troy.
I like the way you
Uh,
put that too. The do Southern Miss things. I like the way you put that.
that I'm being nice.
Yeah.
We saw Mississippi State lose in very controversial fashion. We got the SEC up here sending out no, what they do? Was this the last 2 minute report like
Yeah,
the
man.
NBA or something?
One of those. Yeah, absolutely.
State fans infuriated, and we saw Alcorn lose a tough one. You had Jackson State lose to an FBS team, and you saw Alcorn had the opportunity to get FBS win as well. Neither one got it done. You know what I'm saying? So, T, what was your takeaway, dog, from this week in Mississippi college football?
State just got flat out robbed. It's the second robbery I've experienced around anything that has to do with Memphis. Let me explain the first one.
Okay.
So me, my kinfolk, we took our kids up to Memphis, go do a little sightseeing before they go back to school and everything, right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we said, you know what, we're gonna take these kids to the zoo, Memphis Zoo and Aquarium, right? You think it's open, it's a Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever day it was, it's middle of the week. Take these kids around here, go look at some animals and stuff. Pull up, old dude in a white shirt standing out there looking like Jeffrey, talking about, hey man, we pull up and he's like, the zoo's closed for the afternoon. The zoo's closed? What you mean the zoo's closed? It's 4:00 in the afternoon. Well, come to find out, the University of Memphis done decided to host this event because they're not going to trot out the tiger anymore during the game. So they're not going to bring out the live tiger. So you get to come raise money around this tiger and the university. So my babies didn't get the opportunity to go to this zoo. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Second robbery. There is no way that play on that 94-yard punt return does not get reviewed. How that does not get reviewed is beyond me. That is straight up highway robbery. And that changed the whole dynamic of that game. Look, that looked like something where you in the backyard playing pick up, you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Pick up, mess up, or whatever.
That we call it can time.
Yeah, that's what that was. Throwback tackle. Somebody don't want to touch it, scared to touch it. Then somebody go pick up and touch it and take off running.
Yeah,
that's what that looked like. That was ridiculous, and that changed the whole dynamic of that game because that was a very close game. That play just blew the game open.
No, so they did not review that?
They did not review that play.
Because when I watched the Jack State game, my God, they reviewed everything. I was like,
the referee threw the little beanie down, did like this, said the play was dead when the boy touched the ball. Mm-hmm. And then that young man came through there like we in the hood, scooped that thing up, and down the sideline he went.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you got a whole ref here on replay waving it dead.
Right.
And don't nobody want to get this play right.
He in the camera and everything.
He in the camera and everything. It just cost them. And it was just ridiculous that the refs did not get that right.
Yeah.
My other take from this week is man, Ole Miss scary dangerous. They kind of dangerous. That offense they got up there is just video game-ish almost. I mean, you put up 60 on Tulane. Heck, Oklahoma didn't even put up that much on Tulane first game of the season. They're scary. Now, I don't know when they got Bama. I think they got Bama, but I don't know.
They got Bama next.
It's a few weeks.
Well, it won't be next week.
They got to buy it this week.
Yeah, it's a few weeks.
Okay. So that could be one of them ones that Saban might catch that L.
How far are you trying to go with this? See, are you gonna put it on something? Are you gonna call it right here?
Call my phone when they play, before they play, and we'll talk about it.
Are you gonna post it at least? If we ain't
I'll let
ain't
the
on
people know.
tape, you just gonna
I'll let the
okay.
people know.
All right, that's
I'll
what
let
we
the
want to
people
know.
know.
Okay, all right.
Ain't got no problem with that. Ain't got no problem with that at all.
Bet. JoJo, what were your takeaways, dog?
Oh man, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Ole Miss 3-0, putting up a bunch of points. Mississippi State 2-1. I know, all the controversy. T just spoke about it, so I would say Mississippi State. I get on one of these. Southern Miss 1-2. I'm done.
That's all you got for your school of record, Joe.
Okay, I'm sorry. Even though it's down, hopefully it's to the top someday.
Caesar, what you got for the people?
We ain't never going back to homecoming.
So it gets worse. It gets worse for Southern Miss though, because quarterback Trey Lowe is out. Ty Keys did a decent job, man. I think he's going to be a good quarterback. For those who don't know Ty Keys, he's a multiple state champion in high school from Taylorsville High School. So the kid can do his thing. It's going to take him a while to get acclimated. That's all that is. It's just going to get worse for them because they're about to face Alabama after Alabama won the game, but felt like they didn't play their best game. And so we all know that Southern Miss is about to get curb stomped this weekend. So just go ahead and get that out of the way now. Understand.
Hold on. You guys, what? I ain't never heard that metaphor before in my life. Because you always be giving me metaphors. No, I ain't never heard that.
Oh,
curb stomp, boat raced, anything that you want to insert here, bro. I'm telling you, check on your family and friends if they have somebody who plays for Southern Miss.
Pray with a young boy who play for him, man.
Check on him. Pray with him before the game. Check on him after the game because it's going to be a hurt in Tuscaloosa this weekend, and we all know it. And anybody that plays for that team knows it, right? So I'm not saying anything that we don't know. These guys,
they got a bye, so it's not just coming up Saturday.
It's coming up Saturday.
You saying Alabama has a bye this week? They do. They play Southern.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Stop it.
Check on your people if they rock the black and gold. We do too. Check on us, America. Check on us. Yeah. We're gonna need it because it's gonna happen.
Don't check on me.
Don't check on me. And it's gonna be harsh. For Alcorn State, they're dealing with not just like on the field issues, they're dealing with real issues, man. We're not being able to find adequate training staff. No matter how much the young men want to play, no matter how much the coaches want to get them ready, the medical side of it is important, man. And if you can't count on that, then you can't put kids in harm's way, not just for the game, but we're talking about practice. Like Allen Iverson said, we're talking about practice in this case. And this is very important to have these young men with adequate medical care. Anything from an ankle sprain to a cramp, all the way up to a serious injury, man. You got to take this thing seriously. So they got to work that out before we even start talking about winning games. They played well against South Alabama, but that's just one of those things you got to be very, very careful with. When I think of Ole Miss, man, the sky's the limit for these guys, and here's why: scheduling matters. Yep. But they're in a dangerous spot right now. You heard T say it. They got a bye week, then they play Alabama. Right.
Oh, they the one with the bye. That's right. Okay.
The good side is they have time to prep for Alabama. They don't have to focus on anything for 2 weeks but the Crimson Tide. So that's awesome. But the bad thing is you got 2 weeks. With young men, you kind of want to keep them in a rhythm, especially when they're playing well. You want to keep all of that the way that it has been going. I'm worried that I think they have the talent to beat Alabama. I really do. I think they have the coaching staff to beat Alabama. I really do. But I'm worried about that bye week. Here's what I'm more worried about. If these guys beat Alabama, they have the schedule to go all the way. All the way to the SEC championship.
I don't know.
Because if they go to the SEC championship, then that means they have a chance to play in the college football playoff. But here's your problem. Ole Miss is not Alabama. If Alabama beats Ole Miss, it's just another win on the docket. They move on. They roll, right? Literally, they roll. Right. If Ole Miss beats Alabama, everybody's doing this. I've seen it. I've seen it. They've beaten these guys twice in the past, and they get this, and they start blowing games 2 to 3 games away from the SEC title game. I saw them do it when they had Chad Kelly, Laquan Treadwell, Evan Ingram. They had all these guys, and they lost against Arkansas at home when they were up by 3 touchdowns with a chance to go to the SEC championship. Scheduling matters.
And that's the ironic part about what you're saying is because right after they play Bama, if they get that win, they got Arkansas the next week.
It just hits different. It just hits different when, again, if it was the other way around, it'd be no problem because Alabama, everybody gets up for Alabama. So they're going to bring their A game every week. But when you're talking about a team that is an overachiever in this case, no matter what we think about how well they're playing, they're overachieving. Man, it just hits different when you beat Alabama, right? And everybody's patting you on the back, telling you how great you are, and you think you got it figured out and it's smooth sailing. That's the part that I worry about. Do they have the talent? Man, no question. But it's just different when you have to do it week in and week out in the SEC.
Yeah, I think that boy really got a real shot at the Heisman coming out of Ole Miss.
I do.
Like thinking back historically, we've heard this before about Deuce McAllister.
Deuce is loose. Yeah.
We've heard this before about Eli.
Absolutely.
Like how close did those guys really come to winning that thing?
You got to win though. If you're at Ole Miss, you have to win. They have the brand recognition. They have the brand recognition because, regardless of what we think about the more successful team in the SEC in our state, more successful team historically is probably Mississippi State. But when you're talking about the name recognition, Ole Miss is the household name. It's where College Game Day normally wants to go. They always talk about the Grove. So you got the name recognition, but you got to win. And when I say win, you can't just win 9 games. You need to take your team to the SEC title game. Yeah. It all hinges upon winning for Matt Corral in this case. So go ahead, T. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I'm just gonna say he's got to get to the SEC title game for them to really have a real shot at winning the Heisman. I mean, he's got to literally get all the way to that show. In my opinion, I think he's got to get to that stage of the season to really have a shot. I think he's gonna always get kind of tossed around. The name is, and I think he was a real candidate preseason as well.
Yeah.
Mentioned with the other guys like Spencer Rattler and those guys, but he's gonna have to carry those guys so much further than where those guys would probably have to. So, but I mean, they got a real schedule, man. I was just looking at their schedule. I mean, you got Bama, you got Arkansas, you got Auburn, you got A&M. I mean, these are all teams they got from here going forward. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, if you get to this point, and again, I think you got to still win that rivalry game too at the end of the year.
Absolutely,
that's always tough.
That's always a tough one. So he's got a shot, but I think he's got to get him to that SEC championship stage to really be considered heavily.
Tell you what, not just he, like Will says, the ultimate team game. If the Rebels beat Alabama and he has a decent game, not even a great game, if he has a decent game, I guarantee you he'll be in the Heisman running then. He'll be there. He'll be that household name where they're trying to hype him up right now. They'll have segments on him on College Game Day, ESPN, Sports, you name it. All the First Take, Skip, all of those guys that think that they're this right here, he'll be on every segment. We'll talk about them too, but it'll be everything and more. And that's what I mean, though. Will they be able to handle that?
Yeah.
Because it's all well and good when you're overachieving, but when you become the hunted, it just hits different.
Yeah, because they're definitely Skip and Shannon. They're gonna talk about Alabama. That's one of the things where they set up their dynamic. Well, even though Shannon Sharp is from Georgia,
mm-hmm.
he got to play an Alabama fan on here, and Skip be anti-Alabama because he loved Oklahoma so much,
right?
And he always hyping the Oklahoma quarterback as a Heisman guy. So if he goes in there, wait, they on the road, they going to Alabama.
They're going to Alabama.
Yeah.
So
they're going to Alabama.
He goes to Tuscaloosa and cuts up. I know that's one show they're going to talk about. First Take usually talks Alabama too. They're a college team, but they're a national brand.
Their household name.
Stephen A. Smith claimed he's a Bama fan.
Like these boys just be latching on to stuff.
Can I go ahead and apologize to Ole Miss though?
For what?
Because they may start that Alabama game like down 7-0 because of what Alabama gonna do to Southern Miss.
Okay, I was thinking about whether or not I was gonna say this, Joseph, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there.
Here we go.
Are they gonna score 60?
No, not that. I'm just gonna start claiming my graduate work until we get our act together. Until further notice.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just gonna claim my graduate work at Jackson State. That's it. Cause my undergrad,
Right.
This is egregious.
Okay, so I'm from Jackson, so that mean I could claim Jackson State, right?
No doubt.
Okay. So yeah, I went to Jackson State too.
Might as well. What is going on? Okay, let's tie it all together.
Okay.
This is something we discussed all. I can't even say this, but coming from a Jack State family, it's hard to say this. I was hoping Alcorn was gonna beat South Alabama.
Yeah.
This is why. Because I was hoping both Jackson State and Alcorn beat these FBS opponents, and that elevates the sweat. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It'll elevate their game as well.
And then so when Jackson State beat Alcorn, it looks even more impressive. Right. But y'all told me off camera that Alcorn played better against South Alabama than the University of Southern Mississippi. Yeah, y'all told me that Southern Miss got beat by like 30 against South Alabama. Mm-hmm. Alcorn should have won the game. South Alabama came back, if I'm not mistaken. This is what I'm being told, America. So I'm gonna try to see if I can get my undergraduate work sealed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. See if I can get that so nobody can find those transcripts, I guess. I had great grades though.
Your MySpace page will talk. It'll say something.
Yeah.
Your MySpace page will say something.
MySpace page.
It'll be out there for the public.
Come on now.
I got to delete all that stuff. Oh, man.
You can't wipe it clean, man. You can't wipe it clean.
Hey, bro, what we doing? We got to do something. My child does not want to wear Southern Miss stuff to school, man. Like, you know how you put your kids in your gear, you know what I'm saying? Now, she be trying to troll me about Jack State, too, but she just playing because Jack State been doing well. She just like that. But Southern Miss, she really be like, nah, Dad, I don't know. She like Seymour, but she like, no. Like, come on, man. They got to do something, y'all.
We're going to be all right. We're going to be all right one day to the top. Like,
y'all see who the optimist is in the field.
Won't be next week.
No, ain't no doubt. No, ain't no doubt.
You better tune in the week after. In the meantime, check on your friends and family.
We'll get Rice. We'll get Rice next week. We got to just look past this game and get Rice. We get Rice next week.
Well, America, y'all chime in, tell us what y'all thought about this past week in Mississippi college football. Put it on something. My kids wanted me to tell y'all to make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me across all social media platforms, like the videos, and share them. Did I forget anything?
And turn on the post notifications.
Y'all heard them. And also, visit Statement Tees, LLC.com and shop with us. That's Statement Tees. Every t-shirt you wear
makes a statement.